Most people think they know Thailand. They've seen the YouTube thumbnails, infinity pools in Bangkok, drone shots over the PP Islands, or a girl holding a coconut on a Phuket beach pretending that she's discovered enlightenment after a 9-day yoga retreat and 2 mango smoothies. It's modern spirituality, sponsored by Airbnb. But the strange thing is, the Thailand most foreigners see is just a tiny curated slice of the country. Once you step outside the tourist zones, away from the succumvit condos, the beach clubs and the walking streets, Thailand changes completely. It feels slower, older, and honestly, a lot more interesting. Because the real Thailand isn't built around tourists, it's built around ordinary people trying to survive ordinary lives. After living here for years, especially spending time in Isaan and normal provinces away from the tourist machine, you start seeing a version of the country that most visitors don't even realise exists. One of the biggest myths foreigners perpetuate is this idea that everyone here is completely relaxed and carefree. You hear it constantly from expats and travellers. Thai people are so chilled, life is simple here. But that perspective usually comes from people staying in places specifically designed to remove stress from their lives. And that's not reality for most Thai people. The truth is, a lot of ordinary people are under massive financial pressure. Household debt in Thailand is incredibly high. Once you spend enough time in normal communities, you see it everywhere. Pickup trucks, motorbikes, phones, even gold, all bought on finance or funded through informal village loans. You'll see a tiny wooden house in a rural village with a brand new Ford Ranger parked outside because status and saving face matter immensely in Thailand. People are actually quietly panicking internally while trying to maintain the image that they're doing okay. To be fair, the West does the exact same thing. The only difference is that Thailand hides the struggle behind a smile incredibly well. So let's take Isaan for example. If you've ever been to Bangkok or Phuket, Isaan feels like a different country. It's not polished. You'll drive through endless roads lined with rice fields, rusting signs, faded petrol stations, and half-finished buildings that look like they were abandoned a decade ago. And yet, this is where you see what many Western countries have slowly lost: actual community. In the West, we've largely retreated into our private boxes, house, phone, Netflix, repeat. But in rural Thailand, life still happens outside. It's plastic chairs on the sidewalk, neighbours walking into your house uninvited, and food being shared between families. Of course, it's not a total utopia. Gossip spreads through a Thai village faster than fibre optic broadband. You cannot hide. If you sneeze incorrectly, 3 aunties know about it by sunset. But there is a heavier side to this setup. One of the most heartbreaking things you notice in the poorer provinces is the missing generation. You see grandmothers and grandfathers in their 60s and 70s raising toddlers. The parents have left for Bangkok or Pattaya to chase factory or tourism work, sending money back home. These older people are exhausted, still farming, still cooking, and starting over with parenting. Thailand's economy quietly relies on this massive internal migration, creating a strange demographic split. The youth drains out of the villages, leaving them quiet and a little melancholy during the day, while cities overflow. And behind the scenes, the country is propped up by millions of migrant workers from Myanmar, Cambodia, and Laos working the construction sites, seafood factories, and agricultural fields for low pay and long hours. Meanwhile, tourists are walking past them, too distracted arguing online about whether 100 baht for a beer is a scam. It creates this wild contrast where extreme wealth and daily struggle sit right next to each other. In Bangkok, a Lamborghini will idle next to a street food cart where someone is grilling chicken beside a drainage canal, just hoping to make enough to get through the day. So if you want to understand Thailand, skip the luxury hotel and wake up at 5 a.m. in a normal, non-tourist town. Walk into the local wet market. You'll see people setting up stalls in the pitch black, old women prepping soups before sunrise, and school kids half asleep holding bags of sticky rice. There's no influencer music, no drone footage, no fake smiles for Instagram, just routine and real daily life. Westerners often mistake Thai politeness for absolute happiness. Culturally, there is a massive amount of emotional restraint here. People avoid confrontation and embarrassment at all costs, which creates both beautiful kindness and occasionally a passive aggression accompanied by a smile so polite it feels spiritually threatening. Now, since COVID, you also see the abandoned Thailand empty bars, closed resorts, and the fading ghosts of old tourism money. The country is changing rapidly, driven by social media, shifting economics, and foreign investment. Even locals will tell you it doesn't feel the same as it did a decade ago. But despite the debt, the inequality, and the modern pressures, there is something deeply, undeniably alive about this place. Life is visible here. You hear it, you smell it, you see it on every street corner. The biggest mistake you can make is treating Thailand like a fantasy world built for your vacation. It's a real country with real layers, and once you stop viewing it purely through the lens of nightlife, beaches, and cheap living, you finally see it for what it is. It's the grandmother cooking at sunrise, the factory worker sleeping on the bus, the quiet village roads at dusk. That's the Thailand worth understanding, because once you see the ordinary Thailand, you'll finally start seeing the real one. It's always a good idea, if you want to learn about a country, to venture outside the tourist places. Start speaking to the locals, and in order to do that, you really need to learn the language, because once you get outside the tourist places, you will find that people don't speak that much English. So start studying up, get exploring, and then you will start understanding what the real Thailand is all about. Thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Take care and ciao for now.